Don't push the button so fast. Slow it down. I can't handle it.
We're not in a rush here.
Everything is going so fast.
Here
So
comes a corner. Here comes a little curve up here. We gotta slow it
down.
What are you, in the Indy 500? Calm it down already.
Where's the fire?
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, I had some sort of a vehicle in front of me on the way to church today, and it was really difficult to maintain an attitude of praise.
Christ-likeness.
Yeah, it was hard for me to remember that I'm supposed to be grateful, and they were. It was like you're describing, Brian. They were going to the stop sign, and it's like, oh, I've got to make a turn here.
Slow down.
I'm gonna flip over if I don't stay under the speed of
it was Mom
3.
who used to do that commentary. I remember we were really little in the back seat, and she would go, "Hang on, everybody, we got this person in front of us who's about to just sail off the pavement, so we gotta go slow here. Make sure nobody gets hurt.
They're gonna be airborne if they get over 10 miles an hour.
Hold on, everybody."
And the good news, John, is you don't have to be grateful. That was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Now you can get back to being aggressive.
You don't have to be thankful after Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Especially when people don't know how to drive. The only person on the road who's competent is me. Everybody else doesn't know what they're doing. They drive too slow. They run red lights.
Oh, man. Should we share, or should we have Luke come on and share his adventure, his car adventure this week?
Yes. But he won't, because if he does, then he won't be able to feed you afterwards.
What? Oh, I see, because he won't be able to bring me dinner.
Right.
He'll be able to bring me dinner still.
If Luke comes on, you will starve. So we have to decide whether we want to hear the story or whether you will.
We'll play this theme song and see if he hears me say he needs to come and tell the story, and if he shows up, he can tell it. So,
okay.
Maybe he brings a sandwich.
Maybe.
And maybe tells the story.
That would be fine with me.
Gonna kill the room, gonna talk some smack. Cutting it down like a lumberjack. Come and take a ride in my Cadillac. Kicking it live on the radio. Everybody got a right to know. This ain't my first rodeo. Hit the spotlight, here we go. Are you ready for the show? 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 Everybody gonna be so blessed. Hoping you cats gonna be impressed. Ain't no time to be depressed. Are you ready for the best?
For the best, welcome to SCQS. My name is John. With me tonight, hooray, is Brian April. Back from his hiatus.
That's right. Came out of the cave.
And Luke and the Peaches are here. So, Luke, we decided that we wanted to hear your story about driving this week.
Because we're talking about bad drivers.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a driving story so much as it involved a vehicle. Silas, my son, told me that he needed a Secret Santa gift immediately.
No.
I mean, Colin.
Yes.
Colin did. And so I quickly ran to the gas station. I'm trying to get back before they go to school. And I put the pump in the Jeep to pump the gas, and then I run inside to get the snacks, and then when I come out, there is spraying everywhere of the gas all over my Jeep, and it's all over the road under my car. A lot of it. And I look up at the pump as I'm shutting it off, and it was $104. And so I go back inside, I tell her that something had happened. Something had happened. And she comes out with kitty litter. And then I had to push my Jeep out of the puddle of gas before starting it, because that didn't sound like a smart idea. And so I won't be doing that again, nor would I recommend, as a car guy, I can't recommend walking away from a pumping gas pump. And
So you would recommend heeding the sign that says "Don't leave the pump unattended."
well, I don't generally like being told what to do, but sometimes it's the right thing to do.
$104 worth of gas.
To push your car out of a pile of gasoline.
It was a large puddle under the vehicle.
Oh, that's a great story
No.
to have happen to somebody else. So we were.
Okay, that's all. Now you can make my
right.
sandwich.
Now make my
No,
sandwich.
I'm not even hungry right now.
No, but you're not hungry for two. Remember that. Right now,
Yeah.
you're not hungry for two. Juan DeVivo is on the road. He is, I believe, in
Wisconsin.
a state.
You were just about to
Minnesota.
guess.
I was about to say
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Is that right? I thought you said Wisconsin.
Minnesota.
It's the same thing.
Oh yeah, all their
Who
comments
cares?
aren't coming in very fast. Hi, Luke.
Hello, everybody.
Bye, Luke. I can't pull them up fast enough.
Well, we have, we do have a show tonight that is big.
How show is it?
Well, Brian, if I was to draw a comparison, let's say if I was to make a comparison
That one did come in fast.
to this week's show, if I was to compare it to this mastodon,
This tusked beast.
this beast that of some size. If a typical show is represented by that beast with the tusks, tonight's show looks a little something like this.
Oh, that is a car breaking apart.
Because
it
it's going
just went too fast.
It's going so fast.
Whoa, slow down.
No, you're gonna
everybody.
hit the woolly mammoth or the mastodon or whatever it is. We still haven't decided.
Look out for the mastodon. Yeah,
Everybody take heed. We're gonna survive this.
we are flying down the road. Generally, I understand when people are afraid. I understand that being behind the wheel is a responsibility not to be taken lightly. And so I'm not criticizing people for being cautious.
I try to be understanding. If we're in a residential area or whatever, or downtown, and it's like they're looking for their turn, they don't know
Right.
exactly where they're going. I don't have a problem with
Right.
that. If you're out in the country, though, and you see a stop sign 50 yards up ahead of you, and they're already braking, and they're like crawling up to the stop sign before they come to a complete stop.
What if the deer are gonna jump out? You got to be careful.
Yes, sure, you never know
You never know.
when a deer
Sometimes
might be
it's
there.
a squirrel, and you see the squirrel go 3/4 of the way, and you're like, "Oh, he's safe," and then he darts right back
Right.
into the car.
I had that situation the other day and asked my kids. I was like, squirrel!
Yeah, you always yell at the squirrel. You're like, "What are
Because
you
there was
doing?"
another one coming, like another car coming from the other direction. I was like, one of us,
Right.
we both slowed down and waited for the squirrel to look at both of us. And then
Right.
like run off.
And that's how some people drive. Some
All
people
the
drive
time.
like squirrels.
Yes.
And then there's people who are at the other extreme who drive like dead squirrels.
Right.
Hmm. So, and I understand when I'm driving at night now and it's raining, I am a little uneasy.
Yeah.
now.
But
And
having
so,
my glasses, getting my glasses last year has helped significantly with the night driving because it turns out I have astigmatism and that helps when you get that corrected.
you probably got that from me.
When you don't see starbursts when you're driving, it's a lot easier to drive. Imagine that.
Watermelon flavor? What is that?
Not those kind of starbursts,
Oh,
Brian.
I'm sorry.
I
Not
would be
the
like,
delicious fruity squares.
I'd be like looking
Everywhere.
for the line on the side of the road all the time, like just kind of squinting at it and like trying to stay relatively close to it.
Is that a starburst or a Laffy Taffy?
Or a stop sign. I can't tell.
No.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
going to floor it and hope for the best.
That's right.
not good.
It was a barn.
It was a barn. So, tonight's show, we're getting closer and closer to Christmas, which is always the case, isn't it? Aren't we always getting closer to Christmas?
No, there are times where you're going further away for the first 6 months after Christmas. You're getting further away.
Is that right?
And then
But you're
as
getting closer to next Christmas.
like right now, we're getting farther away from the sun, but only for the next 10 days or something like that. And then we'll be getting closer to it again.
Okay, I'm sorry I asked. We need to give a shout out to the Cliquers. So that means that Mandy will play the song. I will bring up the proper slide. It will look like my face has disappeared.
I think my job is harder than yours, but it's okay.
I don't think it is. I have to suffer the mockery. Everybody sing along.
Clickers will make us cheer. Clickers are why we're here. Clickers have got mad skills. Clickers will give us chills. Clickers are all the rage. Clickers are live backstage. Clickers are fresh and clean. Clickers are lean and mean. Clickers are on the scene.
In all seriousness, we appreciate all of our Clickers very, very, very much. But this week, we're going to give a special shout out in no particular order of importance to
Kimberly Layton.
Layton and
Slow down, Jeff.
Jeff
Spiller.
Whoa!
Down. So you're not spelling things.
I feel like sometimes we are irreverent toward the Clickers, and I don't mean to be. We are truly appreciative of your support. Thank you to all of our Clickers. If you would like to be a Clicker, it just costs a few bucks a month, and it helps us out quite a bit. So you go to johnbrandon.com, become a subscriber, then you will be cordially and warmly invited to our after party. You'll be able to get a koozie. These are only available to the Clickers. I forgot about these. This one is
true.
green.
That one's
so you
invisible.
you can get an invisible koozie for yourself. Those only Clickers get those. Those aren't even for sale for.
I thought you could buy them if you wanted to have one.
No, you cannot, Peach. You were mistaken about
Well,
that.
why would we? Why would we make that available for people to pay?
Why
us?
would we let people buy those when we could
I
keep
don't know.
them from them?
I don't know. Meanwhile, the Three Pigs book is available on Amazon in black and white, which apparently has been like that the whole time, and I didn't know because this one gave up because you couldn't get it to work in color. So now we just have black and white versions being printed all over the place.
Well, I think it's fair for the theme of the book. So,
Oh, Lord help us all. There is no reason for anyone. There's no reason for anyone to support this show, but if you choose to,
Yeah.
go to johnbrandon.com.
We are a pathetic organization here at johnbrandon.com, and we don't. It's not well run. It's
Fair.
a miracle. It is a miracle that we get this show out.
That
every
said,
single-
we intend to broadcast SKUs on Christmas Adam in 2 weeks. That's the 23rd of December because Christmas Eve is on Sunday in 2 weeks. So we will be broadcasting that week on Saturday night.
So disorganized, we don't even have a banner for that
We are
announcement.
telling you this because somebody needs to, and that's probably a good idea to tell the audience where we're going to be and when. But yeah, again, our organization leaves something to be
I
desired.
believe it's going to be a special time as well.
Oh, yes, a special time.
It's going to be
It's
at
going to
8.
be full of emotion. Oh, yes, right, 8 o'clock. I thought you just meant it'd be special to be there together.
Yeah.
So that's 2 weeks.
It's going to be such a special time.
But it will be special either way.
It'll be a special at a
It's
special
going to
time.
be quality time. It's going to be special time. Oh, also at a special time. Yes. Yes, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Right. And we're doing this because Christmas Eve is actually on a Sunday.
Right.
And so we are going to be spending time with our family eating soup and so on. And you guys will probably be doing the same thing. And so we'll just
I think the intention is to still broadcast on New Year's Eve, right? Because we're going to be staying up late on that night anyway.
Yeah,
right?
I believe we're probably going to do it on New Year's Eve. But Christmas Eve will be, and who knows what we're going to do New Year's Eve. Probably do resolutions. I mean, but the Christmas Eve service, or the Christmas Eve service, the Christmas Eve special at a special time is going to be, stop typing, Peach.
Hold
Stop
on,
typing.
I had to. You just put this random date on this banner, so I had to add to it. Ta-da!
You distracted me.
There you
But the Christmas Eve special is going to be very heartfelt, and there's going to be some tear jerking. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, Brian.
Yes.
Tear jerking things, and so it's going to be. It's going to be like Hallmark. It's gonna have that sort of a feel. It's like SCQS and Hallmark coming together.
So if you like Hallmark Channel, you should tune in on the 23rd at 8 p.m.
Now, it's going to be very much like the Hallmark Channel.
Right. That reminds me of the time when my local library advertised a book club that they said was going to be like Hallmark. If you like the Hallmark Channel, you should join us for this book club. It was lit erotica. It was like bodice ripper, like, it's got the who's the guy? Fabio, like those types. They got Fabio on the front cover. They're like, if you like Hallmark Channel, you will join us for this book club, and you will feel right at home. And I was like, that could not be there could not be worse advertising.
If you like Highlights magazine, you will love Playboy.
Right. I was like, if you like Baby Shark, you will love Jaws.
Right. If you like puppies, you will love Cujo.
Right.
So if you like Hallmark, you're going to love our SCQS special.
That's basically what we're doing now. We're just going to do the Hallmark Channel. Tune in. It will be the same. Those of you who like it, you'll be like, this is exactly what I've come to love about Candace Cameron Bure. Who, by the way, doesn't actually broadcast on the Hallmark Channel.
No, she does not.
She cut ties with them. She went her own way because, yeah. Anyway.
All right, so we've made that announcement. Mark your calendars. Don't miss it. Tonight's show, I wanted to do a brief recap of our favorite or our most memorable Christmases as a group, and we'll get Joan's when he comes back. But if there was a Christmas Peach that sticks out in your mind, that you like when you think of Christmas, what is the Christmas that you think of? And
that's standard. That's different. That's a different question. Like one that stands
I
out.
knew that you would object to the way that I asked this question.
Well, I don't know which one you're asking for. Do you want the standard Christmas morning, or do you want special Christmas morning that stands out from?
Well, I would say that it does stand out if it's the one that you think of. The Christmas that you think of when you think of Christmas.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's not the answer that I prepared, but
All right, well, give me the answer you prepared then. I mean,
well, I was going to talk about the Christmas that broke the norm for us when Tabby was a baby and she was sick and had been in the hospital, and so the church secretary basically put our family in the running for the giving tree. They put our
yeah, I
names
remember that.
on the tree where people take an ornament and get the gift that's listed on that ornament for a boy or girl. It says on the ornament, it says the age, it says a couple of things that they like. And so they put our family there. And what was funny was I found what turned out to be my ornament. I didn't know it because they had changed my name on it. But I said to Mom, "Hey, look, there's a girl my age." We normally would try to buy a present from for the giving tree for somebody who was in our age group, and I was like, "This was not here a couple of weeks ago," and like the secretary was kind of like, but yeah. Then on Christmas morning, they brought like these trash bags full of
stuff.
presents that the church people had bought, like pajamas and puzzles and stuff like that. So that was different, but that stood out. That was not typical of a Christmas morning. Typically, what we would do, we would go to Mom's parents' house for Christmas Day. Like, we would spend the night at their house on Christmas Eve when I was little, and then the cousins we only saw once a year would be there, and we would open presents on Christmas morning. And then on New Year's Eve, we would spend time with Dad's mom and his siblings, and we would do Christmas in the afternoon, open presents and everything, and then spend all night doing puzzles and playing board games and stuff because it was New Year, so we'd ring in the New Year together. So those were our traditions. Yeah.
All right. So, Brian,
Yeah.
do you have a Christmas memory?
I have not. I don't have like a best Christmas ever. I have kind of a collection of different memories that always stand out when I think of Christmas. So when I was younger, I think I've told the story before. My parents hired a Santa Claus to come to the house. One of Santa's helpers for the little ones watching, because Santa has many helpers. Mm-hmm. And Santa came to the house, but there was a blizzard that day, and so this poor Santa's helper had to trudge through, like 4 feet of snow. Just came in, just wiped out, just exhausted,
Angry.
Exactly. It was like if I was Santa, So he came in, had our names, had toys for us in a bag, and it was like the most incredible thing. But this poor guy, as we all found out later, had to just suffer through horrific conditions for like $50. And then Christmas Eve was always open house at my household, so siblings and their friends, families, anyone could come over and celebrate. And I just always remember that. And one Christmas, not too long ago, a few years ago, I took a bunch of backpacks full of supplies for the homeless and drove around and gave them out. Just kind of, guess what you're not supposed to do. But I'm not going to let people.
But you did.
Says who?
Well,
It's
the
not
people
illegal.
who run all the homeless shelters. It's not safe, and it's not helping, and you should get them to a place where they can get help. But, besides that, I was like, hey, here's some clean underwear, socks, whatever, some female products for the ladies, hats, stuff. Anyway.
So those time, I guess I didn't realize we were poor. Yeah.
I have plenty of horrible Christmas stories, but that's not what you asked for. You asked for good ones, so it's like, all right, well, I got to pick and choose here. There's only so many.
That was one of my Christmas memories there were two of them. I remember we had chicken pox, my brother and I, over the Christmas holiday. That's the Christmas that stands out for me. and so we missed everything. Like all of the stuff that normally happens at Christmas, we missed all of it. So I remember that, and then I remember that we would go to my grandmother's every year, and that's where the family congregated, and so it was all cousins, and it was just all of the cousins that we never saw, and we played, and it was every single Christmas. It was so great.
And the biscuits tasted like secondhand smoke, and the M&Ms did too.
Different grandmother, not that grandmother.
Oh, you went to that grandmother. He knows who I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. That's not the grandmother that we went to.
New smoky Christmas cookies.
We went to that grandmother's house when I was little too.
Right. But this was Grandma Nancy's parents. And so you guys weren't around for that because I was just a child myself, and so I didn't have you until I was a grown-up adult. And this one particular year, I had graduated past the point where I was one of the little kids. I was now, a youngish adult. I was in high school, and we decided that we wanted to have Santa Claus visit the little kids, the littler cousins. And so I wouldn't pass as Santa Claus because I just didn't have the right physique. And so we decided I was going to do Santa's helper, like you said, Brian. I was going to be Santa's helper. And in my mind, this was going to be a magical time for the kids. They were going to, one of Santa's elves is here. And I was going to come in, I was going to hand out presents to them and everything. And they were just going to be swept away by the magic. And so I walked in a carriage, and they made a big, one of Santa's helpers is here. Come on in, Santa's helper. And so in I trudged I was wearing leotards and a winter coat, and I had this fake white beard on, and like these sunglasses and a stocking cap. And I walked in, and all of the kids were like, they were just, they were not excited. They were just
they were
puzzled and confused. And why is this? Who is this? Who? I just invented a character that had no history or connection whatsoever to Christmas, and tried to jam it in. Yeah, I just foisted this mythical being onto my young cousins, and they were appalled. And then I spoke. I said, Merry Christmas, and all of them were like, is that John? And then I didn't.
And you ran away.
And then I didn't speak anymore. I just threw all the presents out of the bag and waved and walked out. That was it. That was the whole.
That's a good one.
The whole presentation.
Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, when we would go to Dad's side of the family, we would occasionally go to that grandmother's of his too. When I was really little, and Dad and his brother always got the same gifts. They would almost always get the same thing, and so they'd have to open them at the same time because if one of them got a pair of socks, the other was going to get the same pair of socks in a slightly different color scheme, and so they would have to open them together. And whenever they got clothing, which was fairly often, they would have to wear them immediately. This was just, they gave this rule to themselves. And so they would, by the end, they'd have on a sweater and socks and then pajama pants. They put them on over the ones they were
Homer Simpson
wearing.
Slippers.
Right, Homer slippers. So they would always wear the things they got immediately to show that they liked them. And so, wearing several layers of brand new clothing with tags on them is part of my memory from Christmas. And then also Tabby remembers when we got the Wii, and Rock Band was one of the Wii games that we played. And Dad was on vocals. I was drumming, Dad was on vocals, and he was right here in my ear trying to make, on Rock Band, you have to make the arrow stay in the center. And so if
The
you're on
vocals
the
is
vocals,
easily the hardest thing to
if you
do.
don't know if you don't know the tune, especially
You don't know the song.
he didn't know the tune, and so he was just watching the arrow go up and down. Like the games they play now where you have to make the thing hover in between the obstacles by
like
just getting
Flappy
louder
Bird.
and quiet. That's how he sounded in my ear while we're trying to play this song. He
I
was like,
didn't know the song.
It was so bad. And like he got louder thinking like as he was trying to hear himself till finally I'm like, Dad, quit wailing in my ear. Like we can't even hear the rhythm now. It was bad.
Oh, I forgot about that. But yeah, I couldn't read the lyrics. You know, the lyrics are flying across the bottom, so you could read them, but I didn't know. I couldn't concentrate on everything, so I just ignored the lyrics and just made a sound and tried to get the pitch to go in the right spot. And it was, and all of the kids were like,
And the arrows doing
There is a game that is out that requires like singing and voice to move it. We should play that one of these weeks.
It's that, except it wasn't meant to be. Like you were supposed to actually know the song.
Right.
He just didn't. But yeah, they've made games that depend on you yelling. Like volume is one of them. You have to get louder to make it go higher and quieter to make it go lower.
You're like hold the note. You're like
well, if you're supposed to do it, it would be less fun.
Yeah, it took us a few seconds to, like a minute or so, to realize just how obnoxious the caterwauling was. Like, we were all very focused on our role until all of a sudden nobody could focus on anything else because it just became way too much. So
yeah, I forgot about that. That was good times. Good times. Christmas time.
I don't remember what the song was. Some 80s rock song, which we thought you would have known, but
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
One of the things that I would like to know, Brian, is there a new hat this week?
There are 2 new hats actually.
All right.
Yeah.
So do we need to
Pull it up.
Yeah.
do we need to take him out of the screen, or just have him put it on
Okay, I'll do it.
plain view? Okay, there we go.
And you have to put this out there.
It's been a number of weeks since Brian has had a new hat. And to bring everybody back up to speed, Brian, when he is, he's reached an age now where it's time to seriously think about a hat. And so we've been helping him pick out one over the weeks. And this week, I think this week we may have one.
You found it.
We may have found the hat. All right. Bring him up and make it big. That
trying to get in the scene.
It doesn't quite fit in the frame.
That
rather large hat. It is a top hat with a turkey. Now, this was originally, I guess, for Thanksgiving, but I was away for a bit, and just want to say thank you to Sherry for sending me this funny thing. It's funny when I got it right. I opened it up and looked. I saw this, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'll totally wear that."
Oh, a top hat.
And then I turned it around.
even better.
Here's turkey, and I was like, "Okay, this is pretty cool. It's a lot of detail." So thank you, Sherry, for this. So this was number 1, and then the other one, it's going to be interesting.
That hat is fantastic. All right, so you have to take him out again, Peach.
Oh, I do. Yeah, he can't just switch hats while we're on.
You don't want to
now.
just it's
That
like
might
it's
be
like
indecent.
this is going to be great because it's green.
This one has green in it.
That's right.
There we go.
It is an invisible hat. It's just a little bit of fluff. So actually, I will ruin the magic. I know everyone thinks I'm here in the mountains, but
You're going to turn off your green screen, aren't you?
I am. So prepare to be ruined. Children, avert your eyes, because
It's gonna break the fourth wall here.
You're gonna see how the magic works. Oh, it's an elf.
So there's an elf. I personally kind of like it.
I kind of do too.
I think.
I think you should.
I'll just wear it the rest of the show.
Mm.
It's like part kid and play with like a see-through, like
Right. It does. It looks a bit like a flat top.
yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit.
If you
Yeah.
smushed it down, it would look like so that the white was just on just off of your forehead. It would look like a hairdo.
Let's see if we can.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It would look like a little bit of a. Oh, that's weird too when you hold.
Now it's kind of like go through. There we go.
Yeah. Now it's like a French maid's hat. So that's the thing that she would.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and you can't even see the back of it. It's just a visor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you tip it forward, your entire head disappears. Yeah.
10 out of 10. Elf hat. Mm-hmm.
Both of those hats are outstanding.
So thank you, Sherry, for the hats. I believe I have one more hat coming in the next week or so,
Okay.
and I have to announce that the Hatquest is ending at the end of this year. We have we've hit our
He has.
threshold.
He has commenced, or not commenced. He has completed his quest.
Yes, quest, and I think we'll be ready to make a decision.
Okay. All right. Now, is the decision are we going to have any influence and say over the hat, or are you just going to decide?
Sure, we could do a
tell us
little
what it is.
do a little tournament maybe, and we'll whittle it down, and we'll pick one, and I'll wear it for.
Selection of the hats.
For however long you can.
Yes.
There were some fair contenders.
It's going to be tough to beat the taco hat, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
The taco hat is right up there.
Personally,
have
I
a
love
feeling-
having the vision of you wearing that taco hat like for realsies everywhere you go. I think that,
I will do. I'm actually gonna go to an open mic this week, and maybe I just will.
Wear the taco hat.
Maybe I will
say nothing about it. Just walk up on stage. And,
Exactly. Just do it.
I approve. We also have a couple more. Oh, somebody pulled it out. Oh no, there it is. We have another
Nobody
few
did anything on the
movie
dashboard.
scenes. Calm down. I wasn't accusing. We started a game 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago. I can't remember, Brian, where we've got scenes from Christmas movies and we've removed part of it. And
Yes, and I am very angry at the total lack of understanding Die Hard and seeing those Die Hard clips from last week. How those were not known instantly. I was very offended. And Juwan,
I think
we're gonna have
Juwan nailed it. Juwan nailed the first one.
I
It's
think
like
he was purposely giving the audience a chance. And to be fair, with the second one at least, they picked it up. Like, he was trying to be
Yes.
tricky because he had two back to back, and they got it
Right,
pretty
I saw
quick.
the audience got it, but I'm saying
Yeah.
Juwan, like, how do you not? It's Holly Gennaro right there,
Right there.
right there, like it's right there.
Well, Greg has never seen Die Hard, so there's that.
Oh,
Hey,
Greg,
don't
you need
forget,
to.
we have
you
a
need-
you
video
have
too.
speeches.
We have a music video. Yeah, I haven't seen it recently.
There's a music video.
We have
How
a
was I
music
supposed to-
video that I'm going to play because it was on Polo, so you should check your phone every now and then there, buddy. Brian and I were working really hard this afternoon
Really
when
hard.
he had the idea and he told me what the video was called and then he sent it to my email. I felt like we really got a lot done, so.
Is that the one that I was watching, or when you guys were watching when I came in this
No,
evening?
that was Hip to Be a Square by Sesame
Yeah.
Street. That was not it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you know how the game is played. Then I don't need to help you with it. You should be able to. How do I go to the next thing? Okay, here we go. This is a.
Oh, I know that one.
This is,
I know that
I think
one.
I know this one. I think I know this one.
Brian thinks he knows it. Peaches is confident that she knows it. We'll give the
Confident.
Cliquers a second or two to.
I can even
recognize
do what's
those
being
flowers.
done there.
Mm-hmm.
I even know what the facial expression is. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that right there he's going.
No, because that's in a mirror.
He does that too, but in the second he runs out of the bathroom and does it, doesn't he? He does that in a mirror, and then he also, when he sees the thieves at the door, right, or he sees them, he runs down the hallway and goes.
Okay, we have some guesses. We have Kevin. Amber even put his last name, Kevin McAllister. We have the actor's name.
It's Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin. And you are correct. There he is. It's Kevin.
I guess he doesn't have his hands in front of him, but he is going, ah!
Home
The
Alone.
realization that he is home alone.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
he begins his celebration. Okay, so you did pretty well. Did pretty well on that one. Here's the next one.
Oh my gosh.
That's easy.
What's missing?
You know,
It is
sometimes
it is a woolly mastodon leg.
I get accused of making these too hard, and so I want to put one in that's anybody who has been alive for at least 20 years should be able
What's
to get
missing from this
dignity.
photo?
Yeah. So we got a few guesses.
Anyone? Don't be shy.
Yeah, they're nailing it.
Everybody seems to be on the right track. I watched it last night. Yes, you recognize it. All right. So if you thought that this was a flagpole, you were correct.
Oh, I thought it was Rudolph.
Has anybody ever? Have you ever stuck a tongue or fingers or anything to a piece of metal in the cold?
Fingers, yes. I did not, but our friends Calvin and Wesley from next door stuck. I think that it was Wesley who stuck his tongue to the pole on your corner because my parents live on a street corner, and so the street sign
On the corner of Leeds and Taylor. And that was
that had a kid's tongue on it one winter. So
Tabby says no because of this movie.
Yep,
So
right
I wonder how many kids learned about this. I imagine it had the opposite effect for some kids. Some kids were like, "Would that actually happen?"
yeah.
Right. And it does.
It certainly does. Yep. We had a kid in. We were at the bowling alley, and I was before we ever saw this movie. I was young enough and somebody came running in. One of the other kids from church. It was a church bowling event, and somebody comes in and goes, "So and so." I can't remember who it was, but some little girl like stuck her lips to the window and out in like the porch where the bowling alley was. Stuck her lips to the window, and now it's bleeding. And we came and looked at her, and sure enough, like her lips were bloody. And we went out and looked on the porch, and you could see a perfect outline of her lips. It looked like somebody just left their lips out there on the metal. It was unbelievable. All right, so you got that one. How about this one? What's missing from this picture?
What is he looking at there?
Well, he's dressed up. Is it? But it doesn't look like the Santa Claus set. So it might be when he's in line with the kid.
He's got snow on his head.
Snow on his head, so he could be. He could be changing the tire with his dad, but.
That's a good
Amber
scene.
thinks it's Santa.
It's the car, the BB gun.
The BB gun. Is he looking through his BB gun there? That might be. I think that's right.
Wait, is it the? Isn't that like a mannequin or something? The window shopping. Window shopping.
Oh. Or is he looking at the gun through the window? Oh, man. I think he's got it up to his eye. I think he's looking through the sight of his BB gun. That's what I think.
No, he's
That's a good
window
guess,
shopping.
too.
Window
So
shopping.
that's a weird way to aim a BB gun. You obviously have never shot a BB
He's not
gun.
good at it, and no spoilers, but
Both eyes open.
doesn't go well.
I haven't.
Window shopping.
I've been watching, and I have not seen the correct answer from anybody yet. So, so this was. I'm trying to think if I could give you a clue. The clue is. Well, I can't give you a clue. You guys, it's not where he shot his eye out. So here we go. This, you guys did so well on the first one. This is actually Ralphie looking at him with.
Oh yeah, it's still the flagpole. Amber said she got it before you showed it.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
It's still the flagpole. Yeah. Well, she's good at this. It's still the flagpole.
Oh
yeah,
wait, it's still the flagpole.
Right. Very
Nice
good.
Close up,
Amber.
just the flagpole, and the whole thing's going to be green.
The thing about this is that this scene where he actually pulls away, it's well done. I think it's practical effects, but his tongue really does look like it's stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was, but
They could have.
It sure looks like it.
If you take warm water,
And like pinched his tongue.
if you take warm water, you can get yourself off pretty easily.
But they also make prosthetic tongues. They make fake tongues that you can hold in your teeth. They could have glued that to the pole, and then he could have pulled away from it, and it would have looked like. But anyway,
It's a rubber tongue, Sherry says.
I don't know. So here's. This is not the Christmas Story. This is a different movie.
That is a middle finger. That's a middle finger. That Will Ferrell man. I've seen about 5 minutes of Elvis.
That's what Tabby
Tabby
said.
says he's flipping the bird. He is not flipping the bird.
Okay.
Yep.
A hidden suction tube was used.
To safely create the illusion that his tongue had frozen.
So they
to
were
the metal.
sucking his
They
tongue.
were sucking his tongue to the pole. That seems like a sophisticated way to do that.
Okay, I think they're right. I think it's a snowball. I don't think it's a tree.
A tree, a snowball. This is another.
Although they
Christmas
had the
tradition.
snowball fight, it wasn't at the North Pole, and that looks like it's at the North Pole. But
Very good, Peach. Very good.
he had the snowball fight with the poor unsuspecting kids from
In
Manhattan
Central
or
Park.
wherever they were. Yeah.
In Central Park. And it's a great scene.
I've seen like 5 minutes of this movie, and then I was like, okay, I'm done with Will Ferrell.
You haven't seen Elf in its entire. Come on,
He doesn't like Will
Brian.
Ferrell.
I don't like Will Ferrell. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, nobody, even the people who are fans of this movie haven't gotten it correct. Oh,
I don't really remember it that well.
right. Well, this is a lesser scene. I'll say that this isn't really an iconic scene.
Cup of hot chocolate. I was thinking a cup of hot chocolate too for some reason, but
That's a good guess.
A live
good.
gingerbread man.
Tabby thinks it's a penguin.
A penguin. He never holds a penguin at any point in that movie.
Is it like
Why
a
don't-
live gingerbread man? Just
No.
screaming with life.
No, they don't have any of those in this. The only thing they have that's that's like a character that other than the elves.
Put up
is
what the
a
Duchess said.
narwhal.
Put up what the Duchess of Idaho said.
Isn't he just waving?
Isn't he just waving? He certainly is.
It's just his hand.
That is fantastic. It's not
Bye,
enough.
buddy. Hope you find your dad.
All right, great guys. How about this one? Brian's
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna get this.
we know that one.
That is a kazoo
No,
playing a trombone.
nope.
I'm guessing a gallon of milk.
Close.
You're on the right track.
It's not syrup either. Is it? It's not.
Now you're
syrup.
not
Yeah.
sure, are you?
It's Coke. Pop
Now you're
Coke.
not sure.
It's a 2-gallon or a 2-liter. Yeah, 2-liter of Coke.
It's a 2 liter of Coke. He chugs.
And then belches.
Yep. That one was much easier. Good job, everybody.
Yep.
All right. And how about this?
Well, I don't even know the movie.
The shame on you.
It's a White Christmas.
Did
It is
you
White
hear
Christmas.
that?
So Bing
It is
Crosby and other Bing Crosby. That's what's there. So one of them is Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby.
I'm not going to tell you which one is Bing Crosby. You can let you guys figure that out for yourself.
Bing Crosby and other crooner.
Other Bing Crosby. Evil Bing Crosby.
Oh, there you
Bing
go.
Crosby and
zombie.
other Bing Crosby. See, but Jeff is old enough that of course he's going to know it.
Zombie Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby. Chance thought it was Bob Hope because he's
And
obviously
Bing
never seen White Christmas.
The two guys.
Mhm.
Oh, there you go.
Tabby says Danny Kane.
Bing and Danny Kaye.
Mhm.
Bing
It
Crosby.
is,
not
in
W.
fact, Bing Crosby and other Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby and Bing Crosby 2.
Looking at the cue cards. I'm not a fan of that. The one on the
Wow.
right. He's looking on this.
You think so?
Yep. He's totally looking at the cue cards.
No, they're singing.
Yes, they're singing, but he's looking at the cue card so he knows the lyrics.
I don't think so.
What are they looking at? That's what I really want to know. That's the question of this picture. Is that nobody's looking at the same place.
They're looking at the same thing that Mona Lisa's smiling about.
This is okay. Yeah, because the guy on the right is looking, way off one direction. The girl next to him the one next to him is looking right into the camera, which you're not supposed to do.
Oh, the guy on the right, you mean other Bing Crosby?
Other Bing Crosby. Bing is looking at like a solar eclipse or something, and she next to Bing is horrified that that's something else, that like there's a meteor coming down. So it's that's the version I grew up with. I don't know, maybe it's a different version, but
See, DDRR knows. She knows they're looking out into the audience for the Colonel. And you know why? Because they'll follow the old man wherever he wants to go.
because it's sponsored by Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Do you know why? Do you know why they'll follow the old man wherever he wants to go? Anybody? Anybody?
Because they're
Jeff-
being paid by the U.S.
Jeff knows.
government.
No, just watch. I'll ask Jeff Lane directly. Jeff, why will they follow the old man wherever he wants to go? And he'll answer. I know he will. I trust him. It's White Christmas.
Because we love him.
That's right, because we love him.
Because they love him.
The easiest thing in the world. Especially when he keeps them on the ball.
Mhm.
All right. I think we got another one. I hope we got another. Oh, here we go. So if you know it, don't shout it out.
I do not.
You recognize the movie, don't you, Brian?
Yeah. I think so.
Do you know the movie, Peach?
Mm-mm.
No.
And it's something. Well, is it the part where there's something in the tree? That part? Although the tree looks like it's over to the right a bit too much. So.
See, these guys are pretty good at this game. I have to make it harder, or else it's not going to be. Yep, it's Clark or Chevy Chase if you prefer. Who was missing from that? He's drinking out of those ridiculous moose or reindeer cups, and that's of course cousin Randy there.
Yeah.
Who's toasting him. All right. So, and this is the last one here.
This is a year without a Santa Claus. This is-
Oh my gosh. You've
I know.
never seen Elf, ladies and gentlemen. He rattles off the name of this obscure scene.
I'm 50. What do I do? This was like my childhood.
Right, but how many Christmas Santa Claus movies are there?
Yes, but that's Mrs. Claus, and she's out to make sure it's okay that Santa can take a Christmas off because he's not feeling well, and he's got his nose, and he blows it, and the eyes go all weird when he blows his nose and makes the noise, and you get the heat miser, the snow miser, you get all that old chestnut.
That old chestnut roasted on an open
Yeah,
fire.
that's right.
Oh, that is killing me. That you named the movie.
What?
All of the other movies.
It's like having Terminator 2 up on screen. It's the same thing.
Right, but people can't. Like, you can put an Alien or a Terminator movie up, and
Everybody else is answering too.
Yeah,
This
but
wasn't
they're
as hard as you thought.
but they're not correct. See, somebody said Santa Claus is coming. Yeah, right. I'm Mr. Heat Miser or Mr. Sun. Yep. But it's not Baby Claus. It's not Baby.
Santa.
It's not. Baby Kringle?
With a thermometer sticking out of his mouth. Yeah. All right, I missed the thermometer, but yeah.
It's Mrs. Claus at Santa's funeral, and she's paying her last respect.
Is he dead?
That's why it was a year without a Santa Claus. He passed away. She had to go.
And why are his fingers all sooty? What is?
All right.
Earwax? I don't know.
Well, we have to play our music video. Brian, you should set this up. 'Cause this is yours.
I'm gonna take this down.
So this was a song that JT and I wrote on our little Christmas album, which is out. You can get it. You can find it everywhere where quality music is sold, like Kmart and Sears and all those other fine places.
But not the trunk of the guy on the corner's car.
Exactly.
Kmart, Sears.
So
TGIF.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this song is something that I wrote the lyrics because it was one of my favorite things about Christmas is looking at the Christmas tree lights and just reflecting back on Christmases past, which is kind of what we talked about. And it's a little more sentimental than you would expect from JT and myself, but well, maybe from me. You probably expect sentimental from JT, but for me, it's like, oh, I have a heart once a year, and so I wrote this song, and I hope you like it.
All right, tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Okay.
Funny how the world goes round, more of us get lost than found. Every song's a mournful sound, makes you wanna shed a tear. Everybody's living lies, it's not a world I'd recognize. The question comes as no surprise, where do we go from here? Think of days that weren't so bad, Christmases with mom and dad. Best times that I ever had, how they bring me back again. Looking back today, I find I see it all here in my mind. Love and laughter, faces kind, no matter where I've been. I wanna go back to the place I know, the place I left so long ago. Love will keep us warm through the coldest winter nights. Take me back there, Christmas lights. Go to bed, it's getting late. Milk and cookies on a plate. Christmas morning, I can't wait. Santa's on his way. Wrapping paper everywhere. Smell of dinner in the air. Cookies, toys, and hugs to share. My heart tells me to stay. I wanna go back to the place I know, the place I left so long ago, where love will keep us warm through the coldest winter nights. Take me back there, Christmas lights. Where love will keep us warm through the coldest winter nights. Take me back there, Christmas lights. Take me back there, Christmas lights.
Yeah, I remember that from last year.
JT
Dude.
is such an amazing job of taking anything that you write and turning it into gold. So shout out to JT because he's amazing.
Yep. He's a pro. Well done. The lyrics were nice. You sentiment, you softy. You old,
I'm allowed one a year.
you old softy. Yeah. So those that CD is available from your website too, Brian. Is it a thing we can get from your website? I know it's probably available at JT's website. And Kmart.
My audio is cracked. Yes. So sorry. It is available. People want to. That's from my YouTube. If you want to hear it, it's on Pandora, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, anywhere where you Amazon Music, anywhere where you get it. So the album is called Holiday Cheer EP, and that's the song is Christmas Lights. So just type Christmas Lights wherever you get your music, and JT or John Thomas Oakes or my name, and it should pop up.
Boom. They're asking if JT is going to come back in the new year. It's I don't know for sure. We're still in close contact with him. We still have conversations on the regular, and so the reason that he's not been with us is because he and his dad have just got a packed schedule, and so similar to
Working.
Similar to when Juwan has to leave, we go, well, that's good. We're glad that you're busy, but, we still miss you. So anyway, next week is not the 23rd. So I was just about to make a false statement. So it's 2 weeks. All right, Pete, you do whatever you need to do to end this show. Do it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Support the show.
Go ahead.
We did such a good job saying stuff at the beginning. I've run out of stuff to say. So just read the banners.
Even better. Yeah, just read. We're not going to do your work for you anymore on this show.
Meanwhile, tell us, how are we supposed to read these
We
comments?
should block those out in green, like what's missing, and then we can just see. That's
try
right.
to guess the missing
John
clickers.
Comedy. That's John.
Oh.
Oh, we should read.
Yes. I see
Well,
what
we
you're
could
doing.
do that. We could also read them like somebody who's complaining because it's going too fast.
That's
There
true.
it goes.
It's scrolling too fast.
It's way too fast.
We'll read the credits like we wish that they would slow down.
Oh no, where'd the credits go? Oh, here they are.
You're gonna have to do it. I can't even.
Oh, look! No, those pirates are gonna get us. Oh, that's so fat.
Can't even. It's Brenda something and Kathy
Aaron
something.
J, slow down! You look out for the tree.
Mike something and Nick. How are we supposed to read this? It's going so fast.
You kids are always going so fast. Slow
Where's
down.
the fire, Danielle? Where's the fire?